Good day, everyone. My name is Ayoba Mioje. I'm a data analyst based in Lagos, Nigeria. And on this channel, I frequently drop videos that help to simplify the data analysis concept. So I'm glad you're here. You can support me and encourage me to keep bringing up these videos by subscribing to this channel and by clicking on the notification bell so that you can get notified when I bring videos like this online. Thank you. So today, the concept we have before us is the measures of central tendency. And without wasting much of our time, let's get into it. When we talk about the measures of central tendencies, we are talking about trying to find the middle point or the center point of our data. So we are trying to look for the center point of a particular data set. And we have three ways in which we do that. We have the mean, which is the average of numbers. The concept of the mean is that it adds all available data in the data set, then it divides by the count of the data set. That's the concept of the mean. And we have another one, which is called the median. The point of the median is that it lists all the numbers we have in the data set in ascending or descending order and picks out the middle value. So that's how the median works. It helps to find the middle number. Then we can then talk about the mode, which is simply the highest occurring number. If I look around this data set now, and I start counting, there will be a number that would occur more than the rest of them. So picking out that number is taking out our mode. So let's get into how to do these calculations with Excel functions. Let's look at our data first. We have a list of households in the country Kenya. As you can see, we have some cities, Mombasa, Nairobi, and many others like that. We have household ID that uniquely identifies, each house in the city. We also have the number of occupants living in the houses. So each house that has an household ID has the number of occupants living there. In house number 33 in Mombasa, for instance, we have only one person living in there. Whereas house number 50, which is in Nairobi, we have 3 people living in that place. By the side, we also have a column that attests to the fact whether they enjoy access to running water or not. You can see some of the rows are tagged yes and some are tagged no. So the rows that are tagged yes are those that have access to running water, while the ones that are tagged no are those that do not have access. So let's look at how we can calculate our measures of central tendency in so short time. So to calculate our mean, it's really easy. There's a function called average in Excel. So whenever we call average, Excel understands I want to calculate mean. So let's try to calculate the mean to know the number of occupants per average. On average, let's calculate the mean so we can get the average number of occupants that live in a house in these 4 cities in Kenya. So calculating the mean would actually help us to know on average how many people live in a house in this location. So to do this, what we do is we say equal to, we say average. Once we say average, we can then select our range of values, right? So I hold and drag down. Once I do that to the end of my data set, then I can click on, enter. And once I do that, this tells me that my mean for this particular data set is 4. Beautiful. That's all there is to calculating our mean. So let's use in the same vein, let's calculate our median. It's easy to do this as well. All you have to do is say equal to, we say median. Once we click median, it brings the function. So we click on the function, then we can select our data set. So I select the number of occupants column. One way we can move down, the column to select all the rows is to use the function shift, control, and down button. So it automatically selects everything for us. Then we can click on enter. Once I click on enter, you can see that my value comes up, which is 4 also. Well, so our median is equal to our mean 2. Let's take it a step further and calculate our mode and see what our mode will be. So to calculate our mode, we use the function mode. Once we say mode, we come and select our data set like we've been doing before. Click. So we say Control, Shift, and downward button to select everything. So once we click enter, we have our mode. As we can see, for this particular data set, our mean, mode, and median are the same thing. So this shows that the distribution of our data set, this is a perfect distribution. We'll get to the concept of that later. So that's all about calculating our measures of central tendencies. Today we have tried to calculate our mean, we have tried to calculate our median, and we have tried to calculate our mode. So thank you for joining me on this lecture. If you have found today's content educating, or you have found it to be helpful in one way or the other, I would appreciate that you subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop new content. So thank you for joining us.